The South African Social Security Agency says measures are in place to help grant recipients whose cards are about to expire. Now, 18 million South Africans receive grants, with another 11 million relying on the state's 350 Rand grant. What's the percentage of those whose cards are about to expire, and what can they do? We're joined by SASSA Spokesperson Paseka Letsatsi to answer just those questions. Abuti, welcome to the show. What can they do?
Good morning and thanks for having me. I think basically we just want to send this message to the beneficiaries of social grant that the processes of exchanging or swapping the cards would, as an organization, would try to make sure within our power that come month end, they definitely get what is due to them. We also understand the problems which exist with regard to them going to the post office and so forth, but we have put measures in place to make sure that they do not necessarily experience any pain.
What are those measures, Paseka? Because we know, speaking of the South African Post Office services being under liquidation until June, we don't know how that's going to work out. I imagine the person on the ground who's directly affected wants to know, what are the measures?
One, I think what we have done, we have met with all the relevant stakeholders, and we have agreed that the banks can come and perhaps try to assist in case people are unhappy with the services which they are getting. We had a meeting with the banks, all the major banks, earlier this week. Secondly, we have taken a decision as an organization that we are going to work overtime. Our staff members will work overtime. In this instance, they will even work on Saturdays to make sure that those who want to change and apply whatever method of payment are able to do so even during the weekends. And I think I need to emphasize as well that when you are an applicant of a grant, you basically have a choice. And that choice which is given to you, which is your right, is to choose whatever method of payment which you want. So all that you are doing is to avail those particular resources, is to avail the choice so that people are able to take a decision if they are unhappy. But thirdly, we have taken a decision that especially our provinces must make sure that the information filters through the churches, the schools, meeting traditional leaders and councillors to make sure that everybody is in sync.
When we speak of timelines, Paseka, it's the 22nd of April today. Month end is literally next week or so. Will all of this be sorted by then?
It will definitely be sorted out. I can tell you that there is a very important announcement which is going to be made by Post Office on Tuesday. I don't want to steal their thunder. It is their responsibility to do that. But I think I may have to explain a little bit how the system, how the swap processes operate. One, it is only people whose cards are expiring in April who are supposed to come forward and change the cards. Those whose cards are expiring in May and June or July, they would have to wait that their turn so that they are able to come to the office. And the reason why we are doing that, we are doing it because we are alive to the fact that we don't want our offices or post offices to be clogged by people who are trying to change their cards. But secondly, what we have done as well, we have made sure that days in the week are separated, especially on Monday, we are dealing with old age and disability, and Tuesday, and on Wednesday, it's child support grant and any other grant so on. So the intention is to make sure that we don't have young people coming and pushing old people at post offices, but we need to make sure that old people and those who are getting disability grant come on Mondays and Tuesday.
And of course, the long weekend that's coming next week, will that affect proceedings at all?
Well, obviously, it will affect the proceedings, but we, from our side as an organization, what we have done was to make sure that at least on Saturdays we open so that as staff members can then be able to work. But I can safely say, because I have to be extremely careful here so that I don't necessarily talk outside my authority. Hence, I said from where I am, the South African Post Office is going to make a very good announcement, which is very positive from our side. But I think because it is within their authority, it will be important for me to let them make that announcement on Tuesday.
That is SASSA spokesperson Paseka Letsatsi. Thank you so much for your time.